Are you struggling to break 70? If you have been lucky enough to achieve this, you are in the top 1% of golfers in the world.
That's a great shot.
So doing this is not going to be easy. But from tee to green, I will help show you in this video how to break 70.
Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. I just want to say congratulations if you're clicking on this video, because you're getting your golf to a point where you're even thinking about breaking 70 is a fantastic achievement. You are going to break in to that top 1% of golfers. It's an unbelievable achievement to break 70, and it definitely is a tough one at that. But with a few little secrets here and there, I'm sure that these tips are going to help you break that barrier. So we're going to start this video off in the simulator and then take it out on the golf course, because that's ultimately where we want to break 70. But it's going to start from in here. Now, we're on a driving range here. You can do this at the range, even in a net. Just work in a pattern. So I want you to become a robot. I want you to get comfortable hitting one shot shape. We're going to talk through a couple of options and maybe which one will suit you better off. Ideally, I would go with a draw or a fade. I don't really think the neutral one is kind of a pattern, because you're always going to miss it one way, versus when you're drawing it or fading it, you can then aim at one portion of the green and you know that it's going to fall to one side. And that is the beauty of having a shot pattern, is that miss becomes a lot larger. So we're just on the driving range here. Let's talk the draw pattern first. So typically if someone's a little bit weaker in the grip, they're going to be able to release the face a lot more. The face is going to open up in the backswing and then it's going to turn through after impact. So typically someone with a weaker grip would probably feel more comfortable drawing it. That's where I'm at the minute. And naturally, I think that's what the beauty of finding your shot shape is. When you stand there and you hit a neutral golf shot, what does the ball flight do? So you can see this one's just started right of the line, finishing to the left. There was 6 yards of curvature on that, minus 697 backspin, or sorry, side spin. So we're shaping that one way. That ball has curved right to left. Now, if you're someone with a stronger grip and you kind of like it, the face is closed on the backswing, kind of stays square to target as it goes through the ball, you're probably a fader of the golf ball. So that'll be when you're, probably just starting at a hair left of your target, and we're going to hold on to the face. This is my old shot shape. Should be quite good at it. And there we go. A nice little left to right shot shape, but it's the job that we need to do. You need to curve it that one way. And I think that's the best way to practice this, is just give yourself a center line, start it left of it, finish it right of it, start it right of it, finish it left of it. Find that shot shape that is comfortable for you. So we're now aiming just a hair right of our target, but I can hit my normal shot shape dead straight in my sim and it should draw back to the target. And I've just not drawn this enough, but you can see there, it's trying, it's falling that way. I'm never gonna miss that any further right than what I just did there. So it basically gives me a larger area that I can hit my golf ball into. The problem with the dead straight one is if you get like a tough flag or a tough green, you're making your margin a lot smaller. So that's why I think you need to find that shot shape, and this is number one. Make yourself into a robot. Get that shot shape super dialed in, and this is going to help you dramatically when you get out on the golf course to pick them shots that you're taking on. Maybe a back left flag, that's a green light for someone that draws it. I'm looking at that. I can start at middle of the green and just draw it in lovely. Something like a back right flag is a bit scary for me, but that's when you play to your strengths and you know that that back right flag, if I start it at the pin and I push it, it's going to stay at the flag stick. If it draws 15 foot left, it's a great shot. So step one is going to be find your shot pattern, draw or a fade. Let's take this out on the golf course and give you a few more tips out there. So we're out on the course now. Tee shot, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. When you're getting down to that point of shooting 70, you probably know how to get it in play, and I think that's the main part of your tee shot, is get it in play, right? If you're in play and you've got a swing at it, that's the key. So even if you're in the semi-rough or you know, underneath a tree but you've got a clear shot, I want you to have at least 16, 17 clear shots. You only want one time, you can only afford one time really in a round of 70 to be behind something, not have a clear shot. So try and keep that destructive one off the card. And I like the way that we spoke about shot shaping earlier, because I think that falls in place with getting it in play, producing that shot pattern over and over again, being comfortable with getting it in play. So I think the next part to this is hitting into the green, and this can definitely be an area where guys that are getting around that 70 mark get too aggressive almost, go at flag sticks and then bring in that bogey. And we'll talk about short game in a second, but this part here makes you not worry about the short game. So we've got right around about 130 here to a front flag. Now, wind's slightly into, we're downhill as well, and it's kind of counteracting it both out. So it's probably playing near enough the number here. But this flag being on the front, for me, the only thing in my head I'm thinking is give myself a chance for birdie, okay? And that's what we want. We want to keep knocking on that door and giving ourselves chances for birdie. So on this one here, even though it's a 130 shot, I'm actually going to go 5 yards past it, because I know that if I'm short of the green, I've got a tough uphill putt, versus if I'm 15 foot past it, I've actually got a good look down the hill. So we're going to go with a soft 9-iron here. I'm going to bring the flight down. Always, if it's windy out here, I'll probably go one more and just chuck the flight down, chuck it in there. But let's just pull this 9-iron back in the stance a touch. Just try and knuckle this in at 135. Okay, good swing. An absolute perfect golf shot there. Absolutely perfect. So we're going to go ball number 2. We're going to call this guy Phil. Phil, he's not breaking 70. He's got pitching wedge this time. Phil's getting aggressive. He's trying to take out flag sticks. The wind is up. Pitching wedge is kind of our 130 club anyway, but because the wind's out here, we're just going to go 130 shot anyway, because our name's Phil and we're not breaking 70. And let's watch what happens to this one. So a lot higher, wind's got hold of it, and we come up 15, 20 yards short. A schoolboy error from a shot that is a really good chance to make birdie, and this now turns into a tough up and down for par. So sometimes it is just the simple little things out here that can really affect your golf score. And you know, by just staying 130, let's hit a pitching wedge, because that's what I normally do, it's not always the right option. You know, be creative with your shots into the green, go up a club, knock the flight down, make the shot easier than what it actually is in front of you. So yeah, sometimes it is just shot selection, playing the correct shot and giving yourself chances. Don't try and take out the flag stick. The way to break 70 is actually reducing the bogeys. It's not by making more birdies. That is how you're going to break 70, is by taking away the bogeys, keep giving yourself chances, and if you keep knocking on that door, it's going to open at one point. So this is where the 9-iron ended up. A beautiful shot in. As I said, 15 foot past it, just absolutely perfect. Much better than stalling one up, spinning one off the front edge. You know, you got 30 foot up the hill compared to now 15 foot back down it. You know, a great chance for birdie. And this medium range kind of putting, anywhere between 6 to 15 foot, is the money maker for breaking 70. These are the ones that creep up in the round, and I'd like to have kind of around about 8 to 10 of these in a really good round of golf. You know, and then if you hold kind of 50% of those, you're looking at 4 birdies around that, you know, if you damage limitation as well, 5-4 birdies, you're always going to be under par, you know, and you creep in a couple of 30 footers outside that, you're looking at a 6-7 under par round of golf. So these are the putts that I'd get super good at, and for me, medium range is all about speed, and from speed you can generate the line as well. So at the moment in the UK, the greens aren't perfect, but this one looks fairly straight. If anything, maybe is slightly off the left. We're just going to go left edge here, and all about speed on this. So a beautiful speed, 1 foot past, that is our pace, and you know, that's a no drama par. But if you can get super good at these 6 to 15 footers, you know, these are the ones that are just going to take your score to under 70. And it's all about speed, you know, not being too aggressive. It's no drama, you know. All of a sudden, when you start running these past by 3-5 foot, the ones coming back get a little bit scary. Speed is just massive in all areas of putting, and I would say just don't be over aggressive with your putting. Kind of the same with the whole round of golf. Just to break 70, you don't want to do anything spectacular. You're not going out there to shoot 59, you're going out there to break 70. Do the simple things right. You know, 2 putting from here is absolutely no problem, and you keep giving yourself chances like this all day long, you're going to hole a few. So short game, I don't really think this should even be in the discussion with breaking 70, purely because I actually don't think you need that good of a short game if you're doing the right stuff into the green, if that makes sense. So you should never really be leaving yourself these short-sided chip shots running away from you. I mean, if you are, you know, you can just play that little lofted one. I mean, even that one there, spun up, pretty nice for me. We're in there to about 4 feet, but, you know, you get unlucky here, we get a bad lie. I've actually just played 2. No way. I mean, I've played 2 superb shots, but these are the ones that start getting away from you in your round. Oh my God, I've just played 3 fantastic. I'm trying to show you a bad chip shot, but I haven't done a great job there. I mean, if this pin's tighter here, and it's kind of on this area here, you've got absolutely 0 shot in. But let me show you from the other side, and I'll show you why short game is not needed. So we now come to the other side of the green, and what we're left with now is the easiest chip shot in the world. We've got a bunch of green to work with. We're not having to manipulate loft or, you know, play a super flop shot. We can literally just knuckle one down here and just play a little bumpy one in there. Not awful, it's a chance for par. I mean, we're missing greens, not something, you know, this is a dreadful shot as well, can I add, that we're 20 yards off of target here, which is very unlikely to be missing it by that much. But when you give yourself these easy chip shots, you know, the short game part becomes pretty simple, and you'll probably find yourself actually coming away and saying, do you know what, my chipping was really good today. Was it that good, or was you just leaving yourself easy chip shots? And I think that's very important to mention when you're hitting into a green or you've missed a green. How hard is the chip shot you've just left yourself? Are you leaving yourself a super flop shot over a bunker to a front flag? Or are you missing it long left in a good spot? You've got a bunch of green to work with. It's an easy chip shot, so you're going to be more likely to make up and down. And I think that's where short game kind of goes out of context, and you think about the shots into the green. That's what creates the bad short game. If you're leaving yourself super hard chip shots all day long, you're never going to be making up and down. If you're leaving yourself chip shots just like this, you're going to be giving yourself good chances to make up and down all day long. So the final part of breaking 70, let's talk big stick for 2 minutes and then we're done. 2 shots with the driver. 1, the fairway finder. 2, the bomb. Now, the bomb is very, very important. To hit your driver 300 yards down there even if it's slightly left or right, it's such a skill to have. And if you find yourself with a hole that's slightly wider than usual, you can step on it. That's when you bring that shot out. But you need to have 2 swings with the driver. You need to have that fairway finder and the ability to be able to hit your driver out there under control and in the fairway. So for me, I peg my driver down below the club head almost. You know, this one's almost on the floor. And I kind of slow the swing speed down. I'm going to put this one out there and just kind of stay on top of it. I'm not really shifting. It's a nice controlled swing. And we've just started this one a country mile left, but it's faded back in the middle of the fairway. Beautiful golf shot. That's my bad shot at the minute, just the pulley one that fades, but kind of get away with it 9 times out of 10, so it's not a bad shot to have. So now let's talk the bomb. Tees up, we're going to be leaning back behind the ball, and I'm going to be wanting to hit this one up in the air. Weight's kind of 60-40 in that back leg, and we're just trying to launch this one up super high, get it flying in the sky. Come on, baby. Give this one a rip. Absolutely bombed straight down the middle. And that one is so important to have in the bag for so many different reasons. That one right there is where you can take advantage of that long drive and make them birdies. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to smash that like button. I hope you all managed to break that mark, whether you're trying to break 90, 80 or 70. The main thing is go out there, have some fun and enjoy this beautiful game of golf. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe. See you all for the next one.